Doja Cat has found herself in some fan drama once again after a video went viral of her interacting with one of her fans. She's come online to call this fan out. It's been a whole situation, and there is a big conversation being had about what went down in this video. There's been this saying for a couple years now that Doja Cat hates her fans because she's gotten into some drama with them over the years. It kind of started in mid-2023 after a series of social media posts by her. She kind of mocked her fans who called themselves kittens. I mean, like most artists, the fans kind of want a name for themselves as supporters, and kittens just seemed fitting because, well, one, we're talking about Doja Cat, and she literally was a cat at the Met Gala that year. But despite that, she decided to vent about her fans calling themselves kittens. She wrote on Threads, "My fans don't name themselves. If you call yourself a kitten or kittens, that means you need to get off your phone and get a job and help your parents with the house." And the craziest part about all of this is that some fans pointed out that she had literally come up with that name for her fans herself. Yes, she was the one who named her own fandom that she was basically saying she didn't like the name of anymore. Back in 2020, she had tweeted, "Because I don't feel morally right pet naming you guys, I need you all to pick one and stick with it because I see this question floating around too much. What do we want to be?" And she said, "Kittens, litter, cubs, pride." And one of her fans at the time clocked her on this whole thing and said, "Only using the name you gave your fans." And she replied and said, "When I was an alcoholic teen." And although Doja is known to troll, her fans just weren't loving this, and it continued on as she kept posting on Threads. One fan said, "What should I change my name to since you don't like the term kitten?" And she said, "Just delete the entire account and rethink everything. It's never too late." People were just not loving the situation. They felt like it wasn't cute, it wasn't funny, and she was just being mean to the people that love her. Now, in December of that year, in 2023, she was interviewed by Apple Music, and she addressed the backlash that she had gotten of people feeling like she hated her fan base, and she wanted to clarify that she never actually said she hates her fans, and she explained that the situation was rooted in misinterpreted humor, and she was just trolling and playing into meme culture.
Kind of set straight is that you'll never see a direct quote of me saying I hate my fans.
Okay.
Not once. But it's a really big misquoted thing. Everybody is saying she hates her fans. Never said that. But I do like to play with that as a meme. It's definitely something. And I know that like people who get it, and I'm fine with that. I don't need to like have to explain my sense of humor or explain comedy to anyone.
And now people are bringing up the whole drama of her not liking her fans because there's been a situation where she has called out one of her fans after a recent interaction. So on June 6th, the influencer Pablo posted a video where he meets Doja Cat and she likes his shirt, and he literally takes off his shirt to give it to her, and they had this hugging interaction.
I'm about to give my shirt to Doja Cat because she's the iconic girl.
Period!
No, bitch, you deserve it. Literally, and if you ever want anything more, I got you, always. This is the girl right here. I love you, Dad. Thank you so much.
Happy Pride Month!
Pablo.
Nice to meet you.
Wait, what's your real name? Or is it Doja? Is your real name?
Ami.
Ami? Ami, so nice to meet you, girl.
Nice
You're
to meet
beautiful.
you.
I hope you have the best night. You're literally everything in life.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Period!
My girl, Ami. Love you, dog. Don't say thank you.
Then last week on Friday, Doja Cat came online to absolutely rip into this whole interaction, tweeting, "Bottom line is, I'll smile at you, but it doesn't mean I F with you. And don't touch me and manhandle me when you don't even effing know me. If you know, you know. I honestly think I need to stand up for myself in the moment sometimes. And he didn't even know my effing name to be touching me and kissing me on my face. Like, that is crazy." And she also said, "I threw that musty shirt away, by the way." Now, somebody replied to her and said, "Girl, I thought you said he smelled good," because in the video, she does say that he smells good. And she says, "He did, but I don't like how comfortable he was touching me and kissing me without asking permission." Someone else said, "I thought you were feeling the damn interaction. Why is all that? Explain and give us some context." And she said, "I was very drunk. I don't know what to tell you." Shocked by the response, Pablo came online to say that he was so surprised to see what she had to say and that he was hurt. He never meant to make her feel uncomfortable and just thought that they were vibing in the moment.
Hi guys, I was just at a party and I got informed that Doja said some shit about me on Twitter. I just want to clear this up because it hurts, because I loved her. I watched her at Coachella. I've never claimed to be the biggest fan, but I really stand her and I think what her work is amazing. I just think it's crazy because she's the one at this event that was being so nice, and she pointed out my shirt, and I said, and I like that. And then when I went outside and she was outside, I was like, girl, you'd be the perfect girl for my Pride collection. And she said, what do you mean, what Pride collection? I said, oh, I released this t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to give you one. She said, I'd want one right now. And I said, oh, I could give this one to you. She said, no way, you're not gonna give this to me. And that's when the video started, and she was being so sweet and amazing, and I thought that's what it was. And now, guys, she's on Twitter saying she threw that musty shirt away. She's saying that I didn't know her name, that I manhandled her, all this stuff. I understand, guys, if I was being like too nice or whatever, I will take full accountability. I'm gay. I would never want to make her feel uncomfortable. She's so iconic. I have only been saying the nicest things about her. She's the sweetest celebrity. She made me feel so seen. She said, Ami, I thought she was nice. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is for publicity or for whatever, guys, but I would have never wanted to make her uncomfortable. I would have never even filmed if she didn't say yes. Guys, that video that we filmed was after everything, and I don't want to be that guy that comes on emotional or whatever, but I feel like I'm always the butt of the joke. Like, why am I the punching bag, bro? Like, literally, like, nothing happened other than her liking my shirt. I offered it to give it to her. She doesn't have to keep it, she doesn't have to do whatever, but she was obviously down. Like, and I understand she has to set her boundaries. She's a celebrity. I'm not. I will never understand that, so I value that and I appreciate and I get that. But for me, guys, I'm a normal ass person that's at a bar, meets Doja Cat. I just released my clothing drop for Pride, and I just offered to give her one, and she said, oh, I want one right now. So I had the size. I was like, here, take it. I apologize if I did anything wrong at all. But guys, I'm a human being too. And honestly, this just shows me, I guess, that maybe not everybody's who they show in person. I would have never said anything other than she's the sweetest girl ever, but I guess she went on a whole tweet rant about me. I never claimed to have it all laid out, to know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just at a bar, released a clothing drop. Doja was being very sweet to me. And also, guys, I know I didn't know her first name. I'm so sorry. I never claimed to be the biggest fan ever. I just respect her a lot for her work. I've listened to her music so many times. I met her 4.5 years ago at the VMAs, and I was like gagged. And I thought 4.5 years later, the world worked for me. Like, the stars lined in my favor, but I guess not.
Some people were calling out Doja, telling her that she didn't need to word it how she did towards him when she got online to talk about the situation, saying, so first he's musty and now he smells good. Right. Girl, please, you sat there in that man's face and played nice, girl. Then the video blows up and now you want to bash knowing that boy meant nothing but good intentions. You took it and used that moment to embarrass him. He was def being extra, but damn, you're giving mean girl Regina George vibes. OMG, I love your skirt. Where'd you get it? That's the ugliest effing skirt. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to set boundaries in person and not humiliate people for not knowing yours. You looked perfectly fine in the video, girl, LMAO. He was probably very excited to meet your weird, and you go on Twitter making fun of him for 100 likes. People did come to her defense though, feeling like she did look uncomfortable in the video and was just being nice, and wrote, it was so creepy, but you were so gracious about it. He should have never done that. What the hell? And it is so frustrating when people say, why didn't you say something in the moment? Like, can I process shit? People freeze or disassociate when they are uncomfortable. It is not rocket science. He was wrong as for that, regardless. What really struck me is how most people watched that video and didn't feel like he was doing too much or didn't notice that you looked uncomfortable in that moment. The comments under that post were insane and so out of touch. I don't know why these people can't respect celebrities and their boundaries. You're a human being too. When I originally saw the video, I had this feeling you were doing everything in your power to remain graceful and kind while trying to get the F out of there. It was honestly a little uncomfortable to watch, but you're class act and handled it like a pro. Now, I do think she was being nice in the video and was going along with his vibe, trying to match his energy, but she did seem like a little uncomfy. Obviously, she knew that they were on camera, so she already has this reputation of not liking her fans. Maybe she was thinking about that at the same time. I don't know, you guys. But to go online and see what she said about being musty, I just feel like she could have said it nicer, that she had boundaries or something, because it was clear he just thought that she was his new bestie and she was being so cool to where he could treat her like he knew her. And lots of people are specifically referencing this part of the video where she puts up her leg at one point, and people are just like, yeah, like he wasn't gonna know this was wrong with like this energy. But it's caused this whole big situation online of people talking about Doja Cat and her fans once again, the whole situation. But I wanna know what you guys think about the video, what Doja Cat had to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.